Live at the Vive, I'm Nigel Barker. It's Friday, we've made it through the week, and we are going out in style with none other than Kaycee Rice. That's right, Kaycee Rice has, as so many of our extraordinary creators do on the Vive, they blow it up, but Kaycee's been doing it in ways that I gotta say is second to none, and she's way on time too. This might be the earliest, fastest connection we've ever had on anyone joining one of our lives. But hey, you'd expect Kaycee to be on time, wouldn't you? How are you? First timing, though.
Hi, how are you?
So good. You know how funny this is? You are literally, that's the fastest anyone has ever joined a live with me. And if there's one thing I've said about you when I've been looking at everything that you've done, is your timing is beyond perfection. It's like,
Thank you.
well done for coming on Vive. We really love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I had to be on time, you know?
It's clearly in your nature. It's in your DNA. Where are you right now?
Right now I'm actually just outside in my backyard, and it was just a nice day out, and it has good lighting too. So I was like, let's just do this outside.
Fantastic. You're all lit up. Your eyes look amazing.
Thank you.
Really, like, you're glowing right now in the sun. Perfect. We'll take that for sure. So look, take us back. Everyone's so excited to speak to you. Everyone's so excited to hear your voice and what have you. And we put these videos up today on my social media at Nigel Barker and at The Vive, and the commentary, your fans, the moment we put it up, the electrifying kind of, your widows all over the world are en masse, like, we love her, she's our queen, she's the greatest. How does that make you feel to know that you have this huge support?
Honestly, it's still so surreal to me, and because I've grown up basically on social media, and the fact that there's still people here supporting me and throughout what I do and who I am, it just means the absolute world that I get to touch somebody else just by being myself and doing what I love to do. And seriously, they all make me so happy and make me want to continue to do better every single day and try new things and encourage them to do the same as well.
Let's talk about what you do, though, because I mean, look, I've been in the show business, I've been in entertainment, I've been in fashion for 30 years, right? Almost double your existence on this planet, Kaycee. A lot of extraordinary people do extraordinary stuff, but you are right up there with, doesn't get better, it just gets different, okay? Right? So not to blow smoke in your face, but I'm like, at what point, do you recall, has anyone told you when you felt for the first time like the music and your body just kind of like, like, whoa, wait a second? Because it seems to me like you're plugged into the music itself.
Yeah. I started dancing when I was like 4.5 years old. And from the moment that I went on stage, I just knew this is what I love to do. I love to perform, and it kind of gave me a different outlet to express myself because I was super shy as a kid. But I just remember the one moment that after the first time I went on stage, I came off and I started crying, and my mom goes up to me and she's like, "Why are you crying?" She thought like I was terrified, and I was like, "It's over. I want to go back on stage." And that's just kind of where it all started, and it grew into this beautiful love and passion that I have for it to this day. And it's just, I'm so happy that I found something like that to love to do and continue growing with.
It's funny because there's a lot of people who are on stage who will talk about being shy, and there's a lot of people who are entertainers who are quite sort of socially sort of perhaps shy or awkward or whatever, and
Yep.
it's the sort of that environment gives them space to perhaps to sort of, I don't know, perform or be themselves or whatever. Is that how you feel? Is that how you find it?
100%. I am, whenever I first meet someone, I'm always like this socially awkward person. But I kind of use that as my personality. Like, that's just who I am. So I use like these quirks and like my little nerves into who I am. But being able to put who I am onto a stage and be able to dance, movement really allows me to speak in a different way when I don't know exactly what words to use.
You say a lot who I am, and I love that because clearly you seem to have a strong idea of who you are, and I feel that that is, first of all, that's unusual for almost anybody, let alone someone who's 18 years old. But you know, age is irrelevant with someone like you. You seem like a very old soul to me. There's the way you move, and the way you moved from the moment I first saw you. Which, by the way, I remember your video, which went crazy when you were like 10. Okay. Which stuck in my head, and I sort of thought, wait a second, what is happening with this girl 10 years old and this video? And
oh my gosh.
following your career ever since, and I myself am like super excited to talk to you at this point in your career as you have this whole world ahead of you opening up. You know,
thank you.
You know, certain types of music perhaps that really resonates with you, that you love more than anything else, or is it doesn't matter what the music is?
It honestly does not matter what the music is. Even if I'm like standing in line at an amusement park and I hear like the Disneyland music, I'm just like constantly moving my body and it just comes naturally to me. I just hear something and it just makes me want to move. And that's, again, like how I talk is through my movement. But I feel like one like style of music, it's not like a specific style, but something that always has a meaning behind it or a passion behind it, something that I could create a story to, because I feel like that's where I can connect with people most, is when a song moves me to the point where I want to tell a story and be able to inspire other people who are watching.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And actually, it's funny. I was looking at one of your videos. You literally illustrate the story with your movements, and you kind of work, but right with it. I mean, I think the amazing thing is your timing, and we mentioned that right at the top, because it's one thing to be like slightly right behind it because you just heard the words and you're there, but you're the words. It's as if you're signing the song as it's happening, and it's a very beautiful thing to witness. How, I mean, try and explain it, and it may be impossible, but I think for everyone out there, I'm just, you know, is it like electricity flowing through your body? I mean, what is that feeling that you get when you hear music that gets it to move in that way? It's not just listening. It doesn't seem like listening. It seems like another thing.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's not just listening. It just kind of flows through my body. So instead of trying to control the music with my body, I kind of let the music kind of go through me, and that's like how it comes out. So I try to match my movement to the music instead of trying to create something to push out there. So it just all comes very naturally. And again, I'm very passionate about what I do, and I think that also comes out through my movement instead of me like getting in my head about, oh, this needs to be perfect. It's more like, no, like I'm gonna do what I feel, and yeah, it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, I was looking at your Billie Eilish video, and talk about emotion. I mean, you look like you were almost crying at various points in the video.
I actually did cry in that class, and it was like the first time that I ever was that vulnerable, because I've shown vulnerability before in my dances and stuff, but for some reason just all of the emotions took over me, and like I actually cried, and it was just sort of this like beautiful moment in class where I was just so grateful to be there and to have the people in there supporting me and just creating this safe space for people just to express themselves and not care if they mess up and not care if they get the choreo right. And it was just more about sharing together, especially after what we all went through this past year, and just all the craziness in the world. It was just great to have that space in there to be together and come together as one.
What do you think is so extraordinary about dance? What is it about dance itself, as a motion, as a movement, that makes people react? And so, why do you think people dance, first of all over the world? And do you have any idea of why it's so visceral, and how it moves us, why it moves us?
Yeah, I think most people dance because, again, it's their way of speaking. And I feel like there's so many different, like dance has evolved so much. There's so many different styles now, and everyone kind of has their own unique voice, which I believe is so cool. And I think the reason why so many people are drawn to dance and just love to dance in general is because it doesn't have to be the most complicated thing. It's just about getting up, moving, coming together, dancing with your friends, your family, and just being able to use every single bit of emotion inside of you and put that into movement and just getting up and doing something.
A funny question. Are your friends terrified of dancing with you? Just curious.
I don't think so. I mean, whenever I'm like not in class or anything, whenever I dance, I do like the awkward moves and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be because dance is just about having fun. And if you love what you do and you're having fun with it, that's all that matters.
No, no, 100%. I think I'm just talking about my own insecurity of if I had to dance with you, I would be like, wait a second, I can't keep up. I don't know what.
No, I'm
like,
sure you would totally destroy me in dance.
oh, yeah, right. That's for sure. I know the answer to that question. So interesting enough, looking at the people that were commenting. First of all, like I said, wide array all over the world. But you also had, for example, groups like the United Nations Girl Up Foundation. Are you familiar with Girl Up? Have you worked with them before, the Girl Up campaign?
I don't think I have.
So you're on a lot of people's radars. This is what's so interesting. This is what I thought. I'm curious. This is a great, see, they are looking for ambassadors. They're looking for people to represent women, young women around the world. And they're looking at someone like yourself at this point, and they're saying that you stand for everything that they're standing for, which is such an incredible accolade from the United Nations to be looking at someone like you and saying, you are what we mean by Girl Up, which is an empowered woman, an empowered young lady. So like, you're really resonating on really incredible levels here.
Thank you. Yeah, it means so much to me that like that comes across because I'm just all about inclusivity and just spreading positivity and just again sharing who I am and inspiring other people because truly the people who support me and the people that I see inspire me to do what I love.
I want to get into a little bit of the nitty gritty behind you, Kaycee. I want to get back down to like, I'm looking at what, other things about you and what you've done, you're actually a certified personal trainer. I mean,
yeah.
What was that about? You just wanted to know how to do it the best. And so you're like, I'm going to get trained myself to be a trainer.
Yeah. I mean, I, last year got certified as a NASM personal trainer and it was sort of just like out of the blue. I had recently gotten into more fitness and I was just very curious about like the body, about strength and just about health in general because I saw like all these accounts online of what you should be doing to like get ripped or get this and all that. And I just wanted to know more of like the information behind it because there's so many things out there that are telling you if you do this one thing, this will be your result. But in reality, as long as you're just getting in movement and feeling good about it, that I feel is more important than the physical looks about it. So I wanted to just do the work, get knowledge about it, and hopefully share with other people my experiences and just show everyone that you're strong in your own body and strength comes from within, then it'll show out.
I think we have a Kaycee Rice workout routine coming along, people. Don't you think? I think everyone out there, she's just got trained as a trainer and she's going to show us how to train like a dancer, people. This is what's coming next.
Yes.
It's all happening here. Look, I think that's amazing. There's no doubt that one of the reasons why we created this platform at The Vibe was in order to showcase the most engaging, the most disruptive, the most entertaining personalities, people, trainers, experts from the fields of fitness, health, sports, and all the rest of it. And it's all about movement, right? Ultimately, no matter what you do, it's about moving your body. You'll hear that from a runner, a rower, a swimmer, a gymnast, calisthenics, CrossFit, you name it, dance. So I think clearly for someone like yourself, talk to us about, the importance of movement and how any kind of movement is important.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I mean, at least for me, whenever I'm like just sitting down at home, it kind of like affects me mentally as well. But if I get in any sort of movement, even just walking or dancing or anything that just moves my body, it puts me instantly into a better move. So I think it's just really important for people to understand that you don't have to do the most challenging, stressful thing on your body. It's all about just moving your body, because when you move your body, it will not only make you feel better physically, but also mentally as well.
Yeah, the mental health part is a big issue. I think that's probably the most important part of it, really. I mean, it starts with your mind. If you're not in a good place there, it's very hard to be fit all round. Take us through an average day, Kaycee. What does your day look like for you on average? Waking up, working out, what do you eat? Give us a little bit of an idea.
Yeah, I mean, recently I've been getting into like a better routine, so I actually have something to share. Um, so normally, like during the week, I will try to wake up really early because I find that I'm more productive if I wake up early and I get like my workout done straight in the morning. So I'll wake up around like 7 and work out around 8 o'clock. Um, and that's just like either strength training or a little bit of cardio or dancing, anything. And then I'll have like breakfast afterward, shower, and like get ready for the day. And that's just kind of where I start my day. And whenever I start my day, like with a workout or any type of movement, it instantly makes me want to go into creative mode. So as soon as I like work out and have everything done, then I'm like, okay, now it's time to start my day. And then I'm already in a better mood and I want to do more. Whereas if I'm sleeping in, then I kind of like, oh, I'll do it later, and I procrastinate, which I do have those days sometimes, like all of us do. But I've just been getting into this better morning routine of working out, journaling some days as well, and just continually moving my body instead of staying in one place all day.
Are there any other kinds of sports and things that you like to do? Are there any other particular interests that get you?
Sport wise, I'm actually very uncoordinated, but I love, um, I recently like got into some boxing. I love to box. Swimming is really fun to me. I do a lot of water sports, so I like wake surfing, wakeboarding, um, walking, running, competing with my family members. Playing games. We love playing cornhole outside, which is like the beanbag game. Um, and yeah, just anything that's fun. And also, I'm a very competitive person. So when you add that little element of like friendly competition, it's like, haha, I'm going to beat you. And like that sort of thing.
Love that. Love that. Nothing wrong with a little friendly competition. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm 100% the same way. But there are certain things I know who to challenge on what, though. I'm not going to challenge you to a dance battle right now, which I think we like to see, but it ain't going to happen, people. So I'd love to know. I'd love to know if there's anyone else out there. I mean, look, you've collaborated with a lot of extraordinary people already. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, Katy Perry, Pharrell Williams, Janet Jackson, Bieber. I mean, on and on, major names. Who else is on your list right now? If there was sort of anyone out there, the wonder list, who would it be? Who's next?
Oof. I mean, honestly, there's so many people that I would love to work with, both like celebrities and mentors that I've worked with already. And it's difficult to choose just one person because everyone's so different. And I just love being a sponge and like absorbing every different style and information around me. So I don't really like, I never have a definite answer for like that type of question because honestly, I would be honored to work with anybody who has made such a huge impact like that.
And there you go, people. That's exactly why we said she's humble. And so she is. She's incredibly humble, and that is what that means, and that's what she just demonstrated. So for everyone out there, there you go. You got it there in a nutshell. About being a weirdo, I find that there's very little weird about you, to be honest. I feel like you are. This is what, you know, being a young person should be. It's you're full of life. You're full of excitement. You're motivated. You're inspiring. None of that seems weird to me. Talk to me about weirdo. Why do you call yourself a weirdo?
Yeah, I mean, weirdo kind of has evolved with me. So when I was younger, I would always be that person who just didn't care what anybody thought about me. I would go on stage and like at awards, I remember like doing the weirdest dance moves, and everyone was just like staring at me. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna awkwardly dance and like all of that. And then I would just make weird faces, weird videos, and my parents would just be like, "Oh my gosh, you're just this little weirdo." So my mom had this beanie made that said weirdo on it, and I would wear that like constantly 24/7. And it just kind of resonated with a lot of people because it showed them that you don't have to hide who you are, and you could just be yourself. And weirdo itself means we embrace individuality, realness, diversity, and originality. So it doesn't mean that you have to be weird. It just means that you embrace who you are and you embrace the fact that you're different. So now that I've grown older, weirdo to me is just a statement of I'm just going to keep being who I am, and not let anybody else tell me who I should be.
Damn, that was a great answer. In fact, I am now officially going to be call myself a weirdo.
Yes.
I want to possibly be, and just because of you, Kaycee, that's a great answer. You know, I've got one more kind of bigger question for you, and obviously our platform Vive comes from the French verb vivre. It means to live. And essentially, we're talking about life. And we created this platform to really demonstrate the wonder of life, how diverse, how inclusive it should be, how beautiful it can be, and all the things we can do to live our longest and best life. I'd love to know from you what life means for you, and certainly with your whole life ahead of you, what you're hoping to achieve perhaps with it.
Yeah, life to me and just living in general means exactly that, like being who you are, surrounding yourself with people that you love and that love and support you, and truly just living in the present and taking in every moment, and just to the point where you don't have to think about anything else. I've really learned that this past year about myself is that I just want to truly live in the moment, because once life happens, it comes into the past and then something else comes along. So just being present with every single opportunity. Things that I hope to achieve in the future is, I mean, I'm going to let the future decide itself when it comes. Coming back to that living in the present thing, but I just really hope that I could continue to inspire people. And if I could help even just one person out there with sharing my experiences and my passions and my love, then that will truly help me and just make me so grateful to be where I am.
Wow. Wow. Again, you know, beautiful, beautiful answers. Thank you for everything. I see there's a lot of people commenting, asking, saying there's some announcement. Ask her about the announcement. What announcement are we talking about?
I can't say quite yet, but it's coming. I promise, guys, but I can't say yet. But it's fun.
You can't push her any more than that. She's given us a lot of her time, been very, very kind. We'll look forward to that announcement. All of us will, and we'll be tuning in. Kaycee, thank you. We look forward to collaborating with you again very, very soon.
Thank you so much.
For you. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. We really appreciate everything you're doing, your beautiful videos, your great storytelling. Keep this alive. We really love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Bye.